Yes, yes, we're back. I just caught on my phone that I was going to run out of space, so this is why this is a two-parter. So, my Dutch oven has now turned into my saute pan in a sense. I've added another chunk of our Buttery Spread Country Premium, cut up all those onions and all those cloves of fresh garlic. Wow, roll, that's an awful lot of onions and an awful lot of garlic. Yeah, it's an onion and garlic sauce. There's nothing else going in it. Woo! And those onions are starting to attack my lacrimas gland as they start to sweat and cook away. We like to make sure we're trying to get the reason for that new chunk of butter in there. Yes, that spread's already in the bottom melted, but this gives me a second chance to kind of coat everything and get everything happening. Woo! These onions have really attacked my eyes here. I have my glasses on, and I'm tearing up. All right, we'll be back in just a minute. Woo! Let me show the outside now. I might pop out on the porch and get some air. Wow. Angela's probably not going to come out now because these onions are ripping. We'll be back. Okay, yes, we're back. It must have just been that instant, that first blast of those onions and garlic that really teared me up. Okay, teared. All right, so Angelo came out, opened these two cans for me, went back into the brat trap. He may come back out a bit later. I'm not actually going to add that sauce quite yet because I want my onions and garlic to get a little more time. So to keep things fresh and just continue to have fun here, and I kind of made a dish like this today so I'd have a little bit of time to tell the story. The other day, a friend of mine and I played a lot of sports back in the day, and I've talked some baseball and football and things on here, and I was a goalie in hockey and pretty much played all the sports as a kid growing up. And we got to talking, glory days, about the past and all those things. We started to talk about the bloopers we had and the things that, personally, I just did totally wrong in sports playing all those years. And, you play so many of them and play so much, you're going to have a few boo-boos. So I kind of started thinking about a few of them. And, the not top 10. I think SportsCenter has a top 10 and a not top 10. And some of the shows, they rank the good things. So in no particular order, we kind of thought I just kind of thought I'd share while our onions and garlic are doing their thing. A couple of those not top 10 sports things that, honest to goodness, happened to me. And if they weren't good ones, I wouldn't be wasting your time. We'll look out the window. Just another quick thing on the pasta. After your pasta is done, of course, and you rinse your pasta, we used to dump it right in the strainer, rinse it with the sprayer from the dish station, and then put ice cubes on it, put our gloves on, and mix it around and mix it around and mix it around and get it all separated and cooled off. Soon as that, kind of spray it off again. You can't leave your pasta in water when you store it in the walk-in because the water's just going to eat it and expand it and turn it to nothing. Add some oil to it, sure, while it stays in there. It's a good idea. Keeps some flavor in it and keeps it separated. But I'm going to use mine again right away, so I'm not re-oiling it or re-buttering it because I already had it cooking in that nice buttery, oily water. All right, so let's see. My junior year, I guess we'll go with my junior year basketball. My sophomore year basketball was a lot worse, I think. So junior year basketball, I made the varsity. My high school had a rivalry team. I'm going to just get a little more out on the porch here. Basketball team that we never beat. We didn't have a very good basketball team my junior year. And so we're at home against this rivalry team. And just for some crazy reason, we were absolutely hanging in there. They were very, very good. We were very, very bad, and it was just close. The place was rocking, and it was just fun. So there was, maybe a minute or so left. I actually think it was in overtime, and the game was close. So M.O., our coach, gave me the nod and called me over to put me in and wished me some advice, and I headed to the scorer's table to check in. Just before I got to the scorer's table to check in, we called timeout. So the team came off the floor, and we got in the huddle, and the timeout ended, and we all went back out on the floor. Shortly thereafter, I fouled the guy. And I did foul him, but I yelled, "No!" at the referee. So in all the excitement and all this and that, he slaps a technical foul on. So now the guy's going to shoot free throws and a technical. So he calls the foul in on me, and the guy at the scorer's table said, "That guy never checked into the game," because I didn't. I went over to check in. We called timeout. And after the game and after it happened, Ariel, Coach Littlefield, he said, I was trying to get your attention to come back and check in, but I couldn't because the guy in the other team keeping score was next to me, and that's against the rules. So they call another double technical on me. Long story short, the guy went to the foul line, and I think he hit 5 out of the 6 foul shots they were awarded, and we ended up losing by 2 points in overtime. So I didn't check in. That was bad. That was bad in the basketball world. Cost the team the game, and so wasn't on purpose. And then to kind of follow it up, because all the athletic committee saw was that I got 3 technicals, they thought it's because I was mouthing off or punched somebody or did something I shouldn't have, and they wanted to suspend me and maybe end my athletic career for that year and maybe my senior year. But fortunately that didn't happen because they realized what the circumstances were. All right, so I think my onions and garlic have now simmered enough that I will be able to add, here's the first can of our Hunt's sauce, and we're definitely going to add both cans. I can tell I'm doing that right now with all that onion, all that garlic, and all these mulls and all these peeps I hope I'm going to share with. Now, I mentioned on the previous episode, I think we were making the chicken parm. You know, that, the sauce looks kind of thick on there. That's the way the guy made it. He didn't make it for us to add water to. Well, I like my pasta sauce thin. So I'm going to let this get started here. I'm probably going to get about a half a can of water's worth and cocktail them, empty those cans back and forth into each other. Get all those goodies out of the can, and then add that half cup of water to my sauce. I like it thin. And then we'll get the pasta in there before we're done. So don't forget to check in if you're playing your high school basketball game, because, yikes, that would have been one of the only games we won that year, and I kind of blew it. Not the only time. We'll be back. Okay, yes, we're back. I got my lids cleaned off, my cans cleaned out. Here's the water here, cocktailing it back and forth. And I'm going to add, probably that's a half a can of water right there. And I'm going to, again, let that thin out, kind of do its thing. And when that gets nice and hot again, I'm going to add my pasta back in. And if it's still a little bit too thick for me and I want it thinner, I'm going to add the rest of that cocktail mixed pasta sauce water deliciousness in that can to keep it at the texture and the thinness I like. So, okay, so if that basketball one wasn't bad enough, the worst one, and you can't imagine this. All right, it's still basketball. It's the other basketball one because the first one was. I'm a sophomore in high school. 15, it was before the new year. JV basketball. Made the JV team sophomore year, good for me. And we're playing at a different rivalry in a foreign gym. Okay, we're not at home this time. We're in a strange place. Hostile crowd. And we're the JV game, so we're playing before the varsity. So it's getting late in the game, so the place is starting to fill up. The varsity team's, waiting at the door for our game to end, and as soon as our game ends, they come out and start to warm up and play their game, and the place is full and the place is rocking. So I'm out there playing, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's our ball. And one of our guys inbounds the ball from right underneath the basket. And he inbounds it to me, right under the basket, like the easiest shot basket in the world. And there's nobody covering me. No one's near me from the other team, so I said to myself in that millisecond, well, there's no way this can be the right basket. So I take off the other way, the wrong way, as fast as I can. Fortunately, there is a rule in basketball that when I got over the half-court line, it's called back court, and we were on the wrong side, so the whistle blew. But I would have gone all the way to the other end and made that layup and made that shot. And I didn't know what to do when the referee blew the whistle and I realized what I had done. And, of course, the giggling started and the rumbling and I just walked over to the referee and I handed him the basketball. And he put his arm around my shoulder, and we walked over to the bench, and the coach put his arm around my shoulder. And within about 30 seconds, I had gone the wrong way. And within about 30 seconds, of course, the name leaked out that my last name was Bellier. And 15 seconds after that was stomping of the feet. Wrong way, Bellier. Wrong way, Bellier. Started echoing through this gym in a foreign town. I'm a face full of pimples, 15 years old. Whoa, and I survived that. But that's probably the worst in no particular order, but I've got a few more good ones to come. But yeah, wrong way, Bellier. Maybe if my last name was something else and didn't rhyme, it wouldn't have been quite as bad. But you can't pick your last name. Imagine that. All right, 15 years old, a foreign gym. And, of course, even the guys from our school and our team are all stomping their feet and clapping and cheering. Anyways, okay, so when we come back, we're going to have our pasta in there. We're going to have it mixing around, and we'll decide if we need to add a little more liquid to our sauce or not. We'll be right back, everyone. The One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps up, high above the city. Yes, we're back, and almost on cue. Hi, bud. Angela's come out to say hi just towards the end of the episode. You're awesome. Maybe he's going to walk over, going to do a little stretching for everybody. Hi, bud. Going to stand right here in the front. Yes, so you see, I've added the pasta, and with my favorite weapon of choice now, my wooden spoon, I'm just going to incorporate that in there now. Carefully, of course, because I am on the Dutch oven, and I've only got one hand I'm using. You know what? I didn't think I was going to... I thought I could do this with one hand, but I'm going to pause for a second, get it all mixed around, and give you a final peek. All right, Angelo's having a little snack. We'll be right back. Yes, we're back. Okay, there's a final look at that. It was actually the 2 cans of sauce and then 1 full can of water after I cocktailed them. The total amount of water going in it is 1 can of that. With that whole 1-pound box of the Quick Cook Rotini. 4, you saw those 5 little garlic cloves, clean and cut, not crazy thin, but thin enough. And those are 3 Spanish onions. Once again, I've never heard him speak Spanish. And Angelo, thanks, bud. Can I have one just look again, say hi, everybody? Just say hi. Let me see your face. Come on, Teasel, let me see your face. Let me see your face. Look, come on, you Teasel. You want to look at the camera for Daddy? How about this mouse? All right, not really. Okay, love you, bud. Okay. We'll be back. We're not drawing any more raffle tickets today. Check your prizes. We've still got that awesome print frame matted from Paul Clay, The View of St. Germain. The AirPods and the Rush Nichols Nothing But Greatness CD. The bottle cap collection deck of cards going with the Super Liquors gift certificate. And the 2 haircuts from Logan Square. And another peek at Love and Lunch. Suzanne and Addie. 2 of my 3 awesome great nieces. Thanks, girls. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time on The One Burner Bachelor.